You have another self, the one you don't show anyone. It contradicts everything you present. It wants things you'd never admit, and it's running more of your life than you realize. Welcome to the shadow, the mental state that splits you in two, the person you show the world and the person you actually are. Right now, it's waiting for you to slip up. Here's what most people don't understand about the shadow. It's not evil. It's just the parts of you that you decided weren't acceptable. Your anger, your selfishness, your ambition, your neediness. All the things that didn't fit the image you needed to maintain. So you repressed them, and now they're influencing every decision you make. The shadow isn't something you have, it's something you are. The shadow usually forms early. Your parents had expectations, your culture had rules, your peers had judgments. So you learned. These parts of you are not acceptable. You built a mask, a version that was acceptable, likable, safe, and you pushed everything else underground. But repression doesn't eliminate, it just postpones. The shadow waits, and it leaks out in ways you don't control. Here's how it operates. You present yourself one way, but underneath, different thoughts, different wants, a completely different person. So it leaks. You say something cruel. You act selfish. You explode at someone for a small thing because you're actually furious about something else and you're shocked. That's not who I am, but it is. You just weren't admitting it. Here's what it costs you. Authenticity, real intimacy, energy. Repression is exhausting. Self-knowledge. You don't know who you actually are because you spent years denying it. And here's the cruelest part. The shadow always wins eventually. You can repress it for years, but eventually it emerges in a moment of vulnerability, under stress, when your mask slips. So how do you work with the shadow? First, notice your triggers, the things that bother you most in others, usually your shadow pointing at itself. You judge harshly what you hate in yourself. Second, stop performing. In safe spaces, be honest. Say the thing you normally wouldn't. Your nervous system will feel dangerous, but you'll survive. Third, examine your judgments. Why do you judge others so harshly for certain things? Usually because you hate those things in yourself. Fourth, integrate. Don't eliminate. Your anger can become passion. Your selfishness can become self-respect. You don't get rid of these parts. You acknowledge them. You choose what to do with them. Here's the truth. The shadow doesn't want you to know. You're not as split as you think. You're one person. Some parts polished, some parts raw. All of it is you, and the moment you stop fighting that truth is the moment you become whole. So what's your pattern? Do you perform constantly? Judge others for things you won't admit in yourself? Feel like you're two different people? Drop it in the comments. We're all more complicated than we pretend. Next week, Localhost, the shame carrier. You're not broken because of what you did. You believe you are fundamentally broken. We're examining the deepest wound and how to finally believe you're worthy. Subscribe for weekly episodes. And hey, this week try being a little less polished, a little more real. See what happens. See you next time. Integration, not elimination. That's the way through.